Hello, everyone. Welcome back for some more Let's Play Higurashi. When they cry Kai, I gotta get used to adding that Kai in there with Chapter 5, Meakashi. So, I guess we snuck into school, which, well, that's a crime. Like, this would be such a problem if this got out. Like, I can't even believe that we're really, like, letting this happen, you know? This could be a problem, but it's seemingly for a good cause? I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, the question is this gonna, it says President if you would. We'll see right away. Is this a perspective of Mion? Or is this Shiona who's already here? Oh my god, we're already here. For a moment, I forgot the class president was me. Like, this would be a thing that, yeah, like, in a teacher's perspective, you wouldn't bat an eye at this. Oh, that's the worst. Oh god, is this before, like, air conditioners were widely available? Oh my god. That's hell. Actually, is Japan one of those places that believes in, like, the draft? Not, like, military draft, but, like, the idea that, like, oh, do you have moving air in your, room? Then you're gonna die. I used to work with a very Eastern European woman, probably the most Eastern European person I'd ever met in my life, and she was so afraid of the draft that she would, like, literally do anything but allow a window to be open. She was like, "It's going to kill you. It's going to kill everyone in the room." When she was pregnant, she was like, "It's going to kill my baby. The movement of the air." And we're like, "It's hot. Please let us have this." And, I mean, even the air conditioning, she was a little iffy about. And we're like, "Oh my god, please, we need this." That was rough. I'm not a fan of it. See, I'm actually the type who will open up multiple windows in the house to get air movement. I love the feeling of air movement in a room. I'm not sure if this place can be called a school because there are so many different age groups. It's like a kindergarten and an elementary school blended together. Since I'd heard already about what this place was like, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't too difficult to act like Mion here. Oh, yeah, no, he's just right here. As Sis told me, Satoshi-kun looked exhausted. I said hi to him, but he ignored me. Since I knew what he'd been going through, his pain looked apparent to me. I was interested in another person in this classroom. Satoko, Satoshi-kun's little sister. Oh. Oh yeah, no, she's not looking too great. She looked as worn out as Satoshi-kun, emotionless like an abandoned doll. Everybody in this room was aware of their circumstances, but no one could do anything for them. So, they just acted as though nothing was wrong. Mion will only let me have this one day. Okay, so okay, I was gonna say, like, this had to have been pre-decided, right? Like, you had to have planned this out. If I slacked off even a little bit, today would be over with quickly. I had to figure out what I should do in this limited time. I should probably talk to Satoshi-kun about what? Anything goes. Cheer him up, sympathize with him, anything will do. More than anything, I just wanted to chat with him. However, Sis had told me. She said Satoshi-kun didn't communicate much with her lately, and he had distanced himself from her. Figured I shouldn't talk to him too casually. I wanted to, but maybe it was better to leave him alone. I needed to keep Sis's warnings in mind. But instead, I decided to ignore them. I looked for Satoshi-kun during lunch break. He was walking as if looking for a place where he could be alone. I caught him in the hallway.
サトシ君
He turned around, startled by my voice. His facial expression surprised me. He was scowling, clearly a sign of rejection. But I couldn't hesitate. I'd lose my only chance if I
えっ
did.
とさ元気
He gave me a look as if saying, "Do I look fine to you?" See, this is also like one of those things where when you talk about the translation process and how it's crazy, the phrase like genki, because genki literally means like doing well, right? So it's not asking, how are you? It's like asking the question of, are you feeling well? Which is different, right? So then when he gives the look, when you say genki, right? He's like, does this look genki to you? Yeah. Right? And that's just one of those things where, again, you get people who talk about like, oh, just literally translate it as accurately as possible. It's like, we don't really go up to people and say like, are you feeling well? Like, like in this situation, it might make sense. But you don't say that, all the time, but even then, that would show a look of concern, which is not what we're saying here. This is meant to just be a nonchalant, hey, how you doing, right? Man, language is such a tough thing to talk with translation stuff. Because the moment I do, then I also get total chuds in my responses who are just like, no, but do it better. It's like, well, how much do you know about the process? And they're like, well, I watch a lot of anime. I'm like, you need to go outside. I never expected to see an expression like that on his face. I felt like my heart was being torn into pieces. As I looked down, he spoke to me. I felt a little glad. The next thing he said changed that.
元気だよ
Oh,
他に用はないなら行くよ昼休みは一人になりたいんだそっかバイトが大変なんだよね疲れてるから一人になって休みたいもんね今日もなんでしょ今日はどこで
Sis had found several jobs for him. He worked at a few different places. He was helping out when necessary at any of the shops Mion introduced him to. As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks in a different environment almost every time. Some people would like that. Those people are crazy. I'd like a job where it's you know what you're doing each day. Dude, second, third, fourth year teaching is so nice. Oh, what's that? I just do the same thing again? Hell yeah. On top of that, he requested high-paying jobs for Mion because he wanted a large sum of money as soon as possible. In other words, he chose to mostly do manual labor. He was exhausted every day because he wasn't that physically strong. I mean, on the plus side, the slightest plus side, if he keeps it up, he might actually become physically strong. Right? Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't physically strong, but then I started working manual labor, and oh boy, did I actually start to build up a little bit of muscle mass.
どこでもいいだろうそれに僕がどこで働くかミオンなら知ってることじゃないのかい
Mion did help him get the job, yet Satoshi-kun didn't look thankful for that opportunity. This wasn't like him at all. It made me feel sad.
そうだよねごめん要はそれで終わりかい
He sounded so harsh. Why was he being like that? Would he ever stroke my head again? I'm gonna be real. I think Shion is extremely selfish. And it's a compelling sort of main character to have someone who is like, I mean, obviously, things are gonna go bad. The question is how much of that will be introspective for her, But mind you, also, she's a friggin' young girl in love. Of course she's not, treating this with the pure logic and doing things logically, right? I think a lot of people, whenever they watch or read something also, they always think of like, well, I wouldn't do that. But it's like, are you in their situation? Are you someone who's never made a mistake before? Are you someone who hasn't done stuff they've regret? That's impossible. Of course you did, right? We've all done it. We've all done it where because of our emotions at a time, we did something we didn't want to. Oh my god, do I think about those moments all the time? Yes. Do I want to go back in time and assault myself to never do those things? Yes. But that's just part of being human, Unfortunately, I feel like some people who comment on stuff online don't understand the concept of humanity in a work. I'm being honest. It's bad. Anyways, I couldn't help my tears. They flowed onto my cheeks. Satoshi-kun looked confused for a moment, but then he frowned again. Yeah, probably because Mion's not one to cry very often.
ごめん。監督がさ、また練習に来てほしいなって言ってたよ。監督にはもうチームは辞めたいって伝えたはずだよ。
Wow.
戻る気はないし。
God, you absolutely sound defeated.
たまにはさ、パッと体を動かして汗を流すのもいいと思うんだよ。ほら、スポーツっていろいろと。興味ない。
I don't know why he was being so hostile towards me. Why did he hate me so much? I was left bewildered.
なんで？どうして？バイトで忙しいからめんどくさい。
Oh, there was venom in that line.
違うよ。なんで私がここまで嫌われなくちゃならないの？自分の胸に聞けばいいじゃないか。
That makes it sound like there's something between Mion and him that's resulting in this.
自分の胸に？何を？私が何をしたの？
Yeah.
わかんないよ、サトシ君。
I couldn't control my emotions any longer. Streaks of tears ran down my cheeks. Oh, wow. God, I stand by it's so effective to drop a brand new, very fast emotion sprite on us. Because that was like, okay, we've never seen that before. Satoshi-kun gave me a hateful glare and walked away without saying another word. I couldn't even stop him. If I tried, he'd hurt me again with another cutting remark. I couldn't bear that, so I just watched him walk away. I wiped my tears and went back to the classroom. I heard somebody crying from inside. What's going on? I looked around the room to see. It was Satoko. I saw her bento box on the floor. I asked one of the classmates what happened, and it seemed that Satoko had bumped into someone's shoulder, and when she stood up to go wash the box out, that was all. Oh. But Satoko was crying as if she was afraid she was going to be chided badly. What happened was very minor. She could just pick up the bento box and things would be fine. It looked like the lid came a little loose, but it was definitely fixable. She didn't have to cry like that. Yet Satoko started begging through her tears.
助けてよ。助けてよ。いいに。
Oh my god, is he running away right now because he's just like running away from this situation at this I don't know whether it's literally this is happening. I don't think so. I think though like him like this is both I think okay. Let me put my thoughts in order. I think that this is a symbolic sort of thing. He's running away while she's sitting here crying, right? And like this very much sort of it seems to represent his view, right? He is kind of at the end of his rope with this, And I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't know. As an older brother myself, like I would like absolutely move mountains for my sister, But at the same time, like his own life situation probably has him exhausted from this. Because of what happened with Satoshi-kun, I couldn't suppress my emotions very... Oh, no. Oh, I'm so scared to click. Are you going to scream at her while she's doing this? Oh, this might be the worst. I couldn't suppress my emotions very well. Oh no. Oh god, okay. This is... Oh. So instead they exploded. Oh god, I'm so scared. I don't even want to continue. I stormed up to Satoko while elbowing her classmates aside. I grabbed her by the head and threw her into the wall. You're doing a wall splat combo on her? Oh my god. Satoko screamed. She didn't seem to understand what had happened. This is the worst possible outcome. Oh my god. We switched with our sister, the student council president, and we decided, we're emotional, we're having a moment, and we decide to take it out on the abused child who, well, we know is abused. We're also like, nah, though, I don't care. And we're like, this is the ultimate culmination of the worst things ever. And I'm like, I want to die. She was shedding tears and shivering. She must be wondering why I did that.
なんであんたがそういう目に遭うか。
Satoko cried for her brother's help again. This is the worst! And so I grabbed her head and threw her again. Blonde hair, repeated throwing. Welcome back, Street Fighter V. Satoko stumbled and crashed into a desk. The desk fell and the contents of the drawer scattered about. Oh my god. Satoko didn't even stand up. She just crouched and trembled while looking up at me.
助けて助けてニーニーニーニーあんたがそんなだから
If you weren't like that, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to suffer, don't you get it? That's what I wanted to say, but I was too angry to utter another word. I picked up a bunch of textbooks from the floor and threw them at her face! Oh, this is, like, I'm going to be honest, this is so tragic and so horrible, it's almost wrapping around to dark humor. Do you know what I mean? Like, the first couple times, like, okay, throwing her at the wall like that, I'm shocked by that. But now we're getting into, this is almost funny by how insane we're going.
泣きたければ泣けばいい。でもね、泣いたってね、何も解決しない。なんで泣くの？泣けば誰かが助けてくれるから。その助けてくれる人があんたの代わりにどれだけ傷ついてるかなんて想像もつかないでしょ。分かってるの？あんたの罪が。あんたなんかいなければいい。
Hey baby, those aren't the words you should say.
苦しいなら死ね。
Like, I'm sure she's already on a, hey, this, like, we gotta watch this child for their mental health and physical well-being list. This is not something we should be saying to them.
へそでも噛んで勝手に死んじゃえばいい。
Oh my god.
サトシ君まで苦しめるな。一人で苦しんで一人で勝手に死ね。お前なんか死んでしまえ。
I am... Wow. So I currently have the feeling in my chest right now of like, not okay, it's not like I had to think about it. It's not the feeling of when you go to a friend's house and the parents are fighting. No, this is a your parents are mad at you sort of feeling, and you know you're wrong. Like, it's that super hollow emptiness. Oh no, I just read the words. Her desperate cries only increased my
泣けばい
irritation.
いと思うな。サトシ君にすがれば済むと思うな。甘えるんじゃない。
So, like, from the perspective of other students, this just looks like Mion is having, like, is Mion going to, like, is this going to be the impetus for her basically cutting her sister out of her life? Is that what it's going to be? Are we going to go towards, like, yeah, this one really, 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 really bad day is going to be, yeah, this is it. This is the end of their relationship.
お前さえいなければ。お前さえいなければ。
Like, and now I want to go back, like, I want to go back and look and see, like, have Shion and Satoko, like, interacted? And if they have, what was that like? You know? Like, what was their relationship like? Or is it going to be that Mion will cover for this? Like, I have no idea. I kept on throwing things at her. Satoko curled up to protect herself and cried even harder. Hey, where's the teacher? Where's the teacher? Guys, is anyone grabbing her, please? Like, listen, I know she's on lunch break. I've been there. But please, someone grab her. At that point, a girl with long hair ran up and huddled over her. I knew who that was. Rika Furude, one of Satoko's only friends.
サトコをいじめないでなのです。サトコはかわいそうなのです。いじめてはダメなのです。
She knows. Rika knows. One line in, she knows. She says she's in a poor situation, so please don't hurt her. The fact that she's trying to explain, she knows. She knows where Shion.
かわいそうだから何をしても許されると思ってる。
Like, they're just 100%.
かわいそうだからサトシ君に寄りかかってもいいわけ。甘やかしてるんじゃないよ。こいつがどこまでも甘えてるから。サトシ君が辛い思いをしなくちゃならないんだ。
So I'm starting to understand the few comments of people saying, like, I love this chapter. Don't want to read it again. Yeah, I kind of understand.
ダメなのです。サトコをいじめちゃダメなのです。
Rika also became the target of my anger.
私はね、その甘えきったサトコの根性を教育してやってんだよ。邪魔しやがると、あんたの頭から叩き割るよ。
I did not, like, Shion she's got some crazy, like, anger on the inside. And I feel like the fact that this is exploding out in this way, once again, really informs a lot about her. The fact that she'll say this stuff and, like, do it, you know? Now we're doing chair throwing? Oh, I haven't seen that since that one school I was at. Oh god, that's the worst. Yo, once the chairs start being, listen, once you've had a chair thrown at you, you start to realize just how dangerous even the lowest grades can be. Those things hurt, man. I grabbed a chair and lifted it over my head. Oh, no. It wouldn't hurt only a little if I threw this thing at them. Rika tightly closed her eyes and covered Satoko with her body. I didn't care what the consequences would be. I didn't care if I hurt them. Yeah, because you don't go to school here. Your sister, who everyone thinks you are, does.
やめて、みーちゃん。
Ren returned to the classroom and shouted at me. Then, Satoshi-kun rushed in while pushing Rena aside. Sorry, I was just distracted by, again, the face that we don't really see very often, you know? Seeming to have grasped the situation immediately, he charged straight at me. Until my body had hit the locker, I didn't understand what had happened. There was a loud crashing noise. I'd left a dent in it. Wasn't there a dent? Didn't they bring up the dented locker before? I crouched there in pain.
Satoko!
Oh. Oh, wow.
大丈夫か Satoko!
Oh, wow. Which, to be fair, after being throw looped and then zoned, this is a fair level of anger in the voice. Not even anger, but like fear, you know? Like protective fear. Satoko pushed Rika aside, jumped at her brother, and started crying again.
どうしたんだよどうしてSatokoが
Oh, wow.
Satokoが私ね何もしてないのにミオンさんが どういうことだよミオン
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a new side. Oh, you were lamenting never getting head pats again. It's never happening again. Satoshi-kun, which, and I'm gonna be honest, you don't deserve them at this point. I'm gonna be real. You don't deserve them. Oh my god, you don't. Satoshi-kun shouted at me while clutching his sister. He looked fierce.
どういうことってSatokoが何をしたよ僕たちが何をしたよなんでいつもいじめられなきゃならないんだよどうしてだよ
I have goosebumps right now. He released Satoko and rushed up to me, grabbing me by the neck.
さっきサトシ君は私に自分の胸に聞けって言ったよねならサトコの胸に聞いてみりゃいいじゃない何をサトシ君だって自分で認めてるんでしょ
Oh my god. Oh my god. The sibling dynamics failure here, you know? She's speaking about her feelings about Mion. But like, that's not...
サトコがあんたにべったり頼ってるからサトシ君の重荷になってるんでしょサトコがもっとしっかりしてればサトシ君がこんなに大変な思いをすることなんてないそいつが全ての元凶なの
I don't believe what I said was wrong. That's... So this is why I think this is enthralling. She absolutely believes, like, this is the correct thing. Because she's comparing it to her idea of what a sibling relationship is. And also speaking from a place of, like, absolute privilege, right? Not to use the scary P word after I talked about chuds earlier, but, like, no, she is a perfect example of someone who lived an extremely privileged life. Like, okay, her family's super well off. Like, that's the one thing. But even on the side of, like, once she was, okay, you got put into a, you know, the best Catholic school around. Like, oh my god, that's probably super expensive, right? That was something that was probably better than than Satoko's living situation. And not only that, every time you've made mistakes, you've had someone to bail you out or someone to help you out. I mean, with Shion, getting caught by the police multiple times for crimes has just kind of been a laugh-it-off situation. Like, that is extreme levels of privilege. And now that we're seeing what happens where here's two kids who have none of that. Nothing. They scarcely have, like, food security, it seems like, you know? It feels like they barely are living. And you're blaming them? Like, this is... Oh, man. Oh, my God. I feel sick to my stomach right now. But after hearing it, yeah, Satoshi-kun went berserk.
こいついい加減なこと言うんじゃない。
Satoshi-kun grabbed my hair and threw me to the wall, just like I did to Satoko. However, I wasn't going to back down. I no longer had any control over my emotions at all.
サトシ君だってサトコを甘やかしすぎてるよ。あんたがそうやって際限なく甘やかすからそいつはいつまでたってもあんたにすがってばかりなんだよ。
お前に僕たちの何がわかる。
This, okay. Okay, this performance is utterly insane. I really only know it's Yu Kobayashi, right? I really only know her voice from like Enkidu, but I've never heard Enkidu scream like this. If I heard Enkidu screaming like this, I think I would lose it. This is crazy.
何がわかるってんだよ。当然や母さんを村ぐるみで追い詰めて里にいじめて、そして今度は僕たちか。それがその崎家のやり方なんだろう。どこまでも村の裏切り者をいじめ抜く。そんなに楽しいかよ。弱い者いじめがそんなに楽しいかよ。
Oh. Oh boy. Oh, we're going a lot bigger with this than I thought.
もうやめて。
That was Rena's voice, who, I'm going to be real curious how she's going to be the one to defuse the situation when she feels extremely the most unrelated party. But at the same time, maybe that is what you need. She stepped in looking fierce as a demon.
サトシ君もうやめてあげて。みーちゃんに悪気はなかった。
She might. Kind of. Do we count selfish intentions as bad intentions? 'Cause like, yeah.
サトシ君の力になってあげたくてその気持ちがちょっとずれて空回りしちゃっただけ。
Dude, wait, what? I'm sorry. Rena's like standing up for us. This is crazy.
ね。
My only thought is she's going to do this now to diffuse the situation and then talk to us later. To be like, what's going on? Satoshi-kun looked like he wanted to say something back, but he chose not to.
みーちゃんももうやめて。
Okay, good. It's not one-sided.
みーちゃんが誰よりもサトシ君のことを心配してるのは知ってる。だけれどこんなやり方はそれの解決にはならない。そんなのちょっと落ち着いて考えればわかることだよね。
Since Satoshi-kun didn't say anything, I kept quiet too.
ほらサトコちゃんもお弁当箱を落としたくらいで泣くことはないよ。ね、落ち着いた？サトコ、僕がお弁当箱を拾ってあげますよ。
Rika started picking up the bento box while its owner continued to cry.
みんな、片付けを手伝ってくれる？もうすぐ先生がカレー菜園から戻ってくる頃だよ。
Oh my god. She's gonna be coming in carrying a giant daikon radish. She'll be like, "Hi guys, welcome back. How's it going?" And can you imagine if she comes back and everything is solved? Like, she'll have no idea. And again, as a teacher, that primal fear that every time you step out of the, like, there was one time I stepped out of the classroom to get like printing because it needed to be done. And so I literally just stepped out to be like, oh, I'm just gotta go print these sheets. I'll be back in a sec, guys. And I came back and there was a student who's like got their face smashed into a desk and was like all bloody. And I'm like, guys, I was gone for 5 minutes. Mind you, not my full school. I was just substituting and they're like, yep, that'll happen. I'm like, cool. Could you have told me about that? Also, could the teacher have lent me actually had the stuff printed that needed to be printed? That would have been nice, thank you. But, like, yeah, there's times where literally you'll go for lunch, you'll come back, and you'll be hit with 50 things went wrong, and it is exhausting. Honestly, one of my favorite I mean, this is funny because now we're coming into, like, this here, but one of my favorite parts about moving out of North America was the fact that we we just don't monitor them at lunch, and it is like, whatever happens, happens, but at the same time, if something happens, oh my god, you're kicked out. What a lovely sort of thing, but, okay.
これでもう喧嘩は終わったから、
Oh my god,
先
we're
生には
keeping her
余
for
計なこと
okay.
は言わない。
Oh my god, we're actually
い
okay.
いね。
Classmates looked at each other and nodded, and started picking up the stuff on the floor.
はい。サトシくんもみーちゃんも仲直りの握手。ほら。ごめん。こんなつもりじゃなかったのに。
Tears started to roll down my cheeks again.
僕も悪かった。
For what? I mean, I guess you could say the retaliation, the going for the neck and the slam against the wall. But like, I don't know. As an older brother, I think that was deserved.
僕たちがいじめられてるのは大人の都合でごめん。
さあ、み
That's
ーちゃ
even
んの
more.
次にさとこちゃんに
It's
謝
okay.
る。
It's okay.
はい。
Oh my god. Oh my god, you bitch. Wow. I was fine with apologizing to Satoshi-kun, but I didn't want to apologize to her. But the situation wouldn't be settled otherwise, so I reluctantly apologized. You are the worst. You know what? It's kind of crazy. It like I kind of joked about how like Keiichi's kind of a scumbag, and he is. He kind of is, but in like a haha oh you kind of way. I think Shion is actually just a terrible person. And yet again, that's not a mark against this game. That just is interesting. That the more I'm playing this, the more I'm realizing she is selfish. She is awful. And like, I hope it leads to character growth, right? I hope. Satoko nodded, looking discouraged. After that, Renan let me go. My head ached, so I held it with both hands. What was that? What did I do? I didn't want to use this precious time to fight. Sis had warned me. You are gonna live with the consequences of your actions. She told me I shouldn't talk to Satoshi-kun just like that. What did I come here for? I shouldn't have come here if I knew this was gonna happen. Stupid. You're stupid, Shion. I was overcome by emotions because I was so worried about Satoshi-kun. When did things go wrong? Were they wrong from the beginning? I got into a fight with Satoshi-kun. This was totally the opposite of what I wanted. I regretted it. I hated myself for it. I couldn't blame myself enough. My world had been torn apart. I wish the sky would fall and kill me. Was it the little gnome in your head that made you do this? Is that what it was? Was there a little guy in there who was like, "Arr!" And that's what made you air combo the abused child? I can't, like, literally, you did a corner carry combo on them. I'm so scared of how this confrontation's gonna go. Sis sounded both amazed and confused.
ただでさえ綿流しの直前でいろいろと忙しいってのに、シオンは話をさらにややこしく
Yeah.
してくれるな。
Yeah.
ごめん。
Sis tried to say something, but she stopped in the middle. After listening to a few complaints, I started telling her about everything that happened today. She had to pretend that the trouble I caused yesterday was her responsibility, which must have been very taxing for her. Can you imagine? you get a body double clone that goes to school for you, and they just do every wrong choice. They are doing a you know when you play a video game with choices and you always pick the wrong choices because you think it'd be funny. That's what they're doing. You know, they're doing a heavy rain, crashing into everything run, and you have to deal with that the next day.
もう当分は入れ替わる機会はない。
Yeah, no.
シオン、あんた、ちょっと
Yeah,
は私の迷惑を考えてほしいな。
she's not even thinking about how bad of a situation this is.
それは、うん。
Sis had been sympathetic, but maybe I pushed her too far this time. Of course, she'd be hesitant to trade spots considering what I did today. The atmosphere felt awkward, so we were both silent for a while.
仮にさ、もう一回機会があったとして、シオンはどうするの？
That was a reasonable question. I wasn't prepared to answer, though. If I had a chance to go to school once again and see Satoshi-kun, what would I do? Would I apologize to him about today? I don't think that would work. I might even upset him again no matter how hard I tried. Yeah, I mean, especially if we're going weeks later. And like, hey, remember that day that I was the worst person in the world? I'm sorry about that again. Especially after you've seen and worked with her to get past that through Mion for weeks already. Okay. Here's something that he was saying. It was that the Sonozaki family had been harassing his. It would only be natural for him to hold a grudge against us. But why was he only expressing that now? Oh, probably because you're literally the Yakuza / landlords of this land, and, if said out loud, yeah, your family would get worse than disappeared, Oh, yeah, Demon did away is like the least of your concerns when you piss off a Yakuza family. I wouldn't say my true feelings about that family unless pushed to the edge. I've been a Sonozaki to him all along. Satoshi-kun stroked my head even though he knew that I was Mion Sonozaki.
おねえ、率直なところ、サトシ君は園崎家を恨んでるんだよね。だと思う。
It's the song. It was our family that initiated the persecution of the Hojo family. I'm gonna bring it up every time I hear it. Because again, like, it's just shocking that this one little song that I've heard for years is apparently the recurring leitmotif of this game. Okay. It was our family that initiated the persecution of the Hojo family, making them into scapegoats. Even after the dam conflict, it wasn't easy for the Hojo family to live in Hinamizawa. Given all that, it's not surprising that Satoshi-kun hates us, the Sonozaki family who put his family in a devastating
で
situation.
もさ、だったら、なんで今頃になってなの？ん？なんで今頃になってこうなるの？それなら、
That makes it sound to me like he's been expressing this for a while to Mion. If he had rejected me in the first place, I wouldn't have had to get close with him. My tears wet my cheeks. I didn't bother to wipe them. It's only natural for him to hold a grudge against the Sonozakis. There's nothing unusual about it. Rather, why has he been treating me like a friend? I knew how stupid this question
サ
was.
トシが大人だったからとしか言えないと思う。
Mm-hmm.
そんなのってひどいよ。
You can't understand acting mature? Yeah, that's, sounds about right. He'd been treating me as a friend because he was mature? But now that he'd become stressed mentally and physically, he's decided to reject me? No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't find anything to fault him with, right? If there was somebody to blame, it'd be somebody I'd never accused before. Please say myself, please say myself, please say myself, please say myself.
なんで
Oh,
鬼ババはサトシ君の一家をいじめようって言い出したわけ？
okay, that's it. You know what? That's a decent target.
うん。 モに賛成したのはサトシ君の親でしょ。サトシ君が賛成していたわけじゃないでしょ。なんで一家丸ごといじめようって話になったの？どうしてよ。
Mion couldn't say anything in return. Actually, it wasn't at all hard to guess the reason. The hag didn't give any specific order to harass the Hojo family. She just thought the Hojo family was getting in the way. People around her noticed what was bothering her and took steps to get rid of it. Though, of course, she must have known how influential her own words were. She didn't just think it. She gave what must have been known would be interpreted as an order. She's the one to blame for initiating the attack on the Hojo
前
family.
にお姉はフルデの神主さんのことを和を乱すのは大人じゃないみたいなことを言いましたよね。つまりこれもそういうわけ。村中が団結しなきゃならない時に異を唱える北条家は大人じゃなかったと。だから制裁する必要があったと。そういうわけなんでしょ。
Mion couldn't say anything in return, meaning that my accusation was the truth.
なら制裁は北条の親だけで十分じゃない。本家の拷問室にでも連れ込んで指の一本も跳ねてやったらいい。
Just the fact that's casual knowledge is crazy, actually.
でもそこまでで十分でしょ。
Just, okay, the fact you're just casually saying that is also
サ
crazy.
トシ君は関係ない。サトシ君には何の関係もない。
God, right, I guess we should have seen that she would probably be mentally kind of messed up if... Oh yeah, my family has a room where we torture people. She just dropped that on us, you know?
サトシ君が何をしたっていうの？サトシ君に何の罪があるっていうの？答えてよ。答えてよ、ミオン。
Maybe Shion did need God. Maybe she should have read the Bible a few more times.
はい。ではよろしくお願いいたしますね。
Oh God.
失礼いたします。
Oh God. See, and then here's the thing, we're talking about maturity. That's the mature response. Yeah, Mion suddenly changed her tone and hung up. Like, she's like, I'm not dealing with a child, you know? She must have done that to escape from my questions. I was furious. I started redialing the number, but then I remembered that we decided that she'd hang up the phone after using that phrase when she saw the hag coming. Oh. Okay, actually, okay. Oh, never mind though. I doubted she actually saw the hag. But it was the rule, so I couldn't call back for a while. I went to the bathroom to wash my face and cool down. I turned the faucet. The water felt lukewarm. It didn't help me cool down at all. I'm disgusted by my own childishness. I just wanted to fill my void. I didn't care about him. Considering that Satoshi-kun was very generous, but I don't know if I can forgive Satoko. That's a different story. Oh my god. Oh my god, girl! Don't give me the slow fade on the logo. You're making me want to cry. Everything about this chapter so far is killing me. I was looking up at the ceiling with my arms and legs spread out. It's not that I wasn't getting hungry. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live in the school dorm. That meant I had to cook something myself when I wanted to eat. I knew that, but I still didn't feel like getting up. It had been several days since I began this empty life. It must be tomorrow. The Watanagashi festival, I mean. I heard the doorbell ringing. Somebody really wants it, yeah. I ignored it at first, but it rung persistently. Started hearing knocking alongside Kasai's rude voice.
シオンさん、いらっしゃるなら開けてください。弁当を買ってきました。
I didn't ask him to. He must have known that I hadn't eaten enough and that I'd been feeling down lately.
やはり食事を取られていませんでしたか。
別にお腹が空いてるわけじゃないし。
But when Kasai put the food on the table, my stomach reacted in a very primitive way by making some noise.
ほら、お腹が鳴っている。食べた方がいいですよ。
I was hungry, but had no appetite. This is real. This is a real thing. Someone might read that and go like, what do you mean? But isn't having an appetite mean being hungry? But no, you actually like that. That's a rough time when you're like, I should eat, but I honestly can't. I mean, I did have an appetite, but I didn't have the energy to eat. And I'd feel bad wasting the food Kasai had brought. I picked up my chopsticks just to humor him.
最近はばあさんがマークしてるんじゃなかったの？私のとこなんかに来て大丈夫なわけ？
おりょうさんは綿流しの打ち合わせなどでお忙しく、しおんさんのことまでは最近は頭が回らないようでしたので、クリームコロッケは好物ではありま
Oh
せんでした
god,
か。
I love croquettes. I'm so happy there's so many places nearby that you can just get a croquette added to your meal. Freaking so good, especially when they got little chunkies in them. Little pieces of corn.
うん。美味しいです。ありがとう。
Well, I nibbled on the food. Guess I read through the magazines I bought.
葛西は、うん。
It's a new angle, isn't it? Oh, she has a water jug. I'll be honest, I've been given water jugs before. I've never woken up because I'm thirsty. And if I'm awake enough to leave, like if I'm thirsty enough, I'll just leave bed, you know? I've never been one to be like, oh, I need a drink of something and having like a thing nearby like that. Maybe if I'm sick, but like, yeah, I'm not a fan. Even just the idea of leaving water out exposed. I saw a video of someone like having one of those things, and there's like tons of floating insect eggs in there. And I wanted to die. So yeah, that's never happening now. I've never talked to Kasai about something like this before. Oh my god, are you gonna say, have you ever loved someone? And it's gonna go into the mom, right? Since I've always believed myself superior to him psychologically. Oh my god, like the more I think about her sort of dialogue, the more I'm like, you are so bad. I hesitated to show my weaknesses to him.
そういう悩みも年頃にしておくのは悪いもんじゃありませんよ。
Oh, he knows.
葛西、あんた、全部知ってる？
ミオンさんから少々力になってほしいと頼まれました。
お姉か。
心配しておられましたよ、ミオンさん。
Without responding, I threw the last croquette in my mouth.
北条聡君の近況を知りたがっていると思いまして、少し情報を集めてきましたが、余計なお世話でしたか？
余計なお世話です。でも、せっか
Oh
く
yeah,
集めてき
right?
た葛西
Yeah,
の
okay,
顔を立て
okay.
る
You
た
want
め
to
に、
know this. You
ま
want
あ
to know
一応
this.
聞いておきます。
Kasai chuckled, but stopped quickly as if thinking it rude.
北条哲平が家を出たらしいです。
Oh, right. Is Tepe? I forget. This is where they die, right? I think so.
沖宮に実婚の関係の女性がいまして、そこへ転げ込んだようです。
Or the aunt died. Well, no, well... Yeah, isn't this where the aunt dies?
てっぺ？誰？ああ、サトシ君のおじか。
Yeah, it's the aunt. Yeah, right. This time is the aunt and Satoshi.
家には叔母の北条玉江と北条聡、聡子の3人となりました。玉江は哲平が別の女性のところへ逃げたのだと気づき、大層機嫌を悪くしたらしいですね。
Great, because she's been in a great mood otherwise.
ってことはあれだ。ますます叔母の里子いびりが加速して、サトシ君もそれのとばっちりで、ますますに苦労してるってことか。
サトシ君の方は分かりませんが、聡子さんの方は近所で
Wait,
も
what?
噂になるくらい決して良くはない状況です。
Why would they... Okay, wait, but do you mean like rumors about how bad of a state she's in? Like oh my god, she's being abused rumors? What other... Oh, if Satoko looks miserable, that means Satoshi-kun must be going through equally miserable
そ
torture.
の叔母って、なんとかならないの？憎き北条家の片割れなわけだから、その先本家で制裁しちゃおうって話にはなってないの？
She's also one of the remaining Hojos after all. The uncle is gone, so why not the aunt?
園崎本家としては、北条夫妻の事故死で一応のけじめがついたので、北条関連では一切手を出すなと言命が出ています。夫妻の事故死を疑う警察が、北条家近辺を未だマークしているという噂がありますので。
It's a great time to go cheat on someone, obviously.
事故死はお社様のたたりってことになってるからね。神罰が下ったんなら、それ以上は人間が下すまでもないってこと。
This is interesting. is an interesting line here. So it says that, they've been, the death has been filed under Oyashiro-sama, but then she says that the Sonozaki family thinks no further divine intervention is necessary. That kind of implies that the Oyashiro-sama stuff is the implication that the divine stuff is the will of the Sonozakis? Unless it's a joke, but I don't know. Kasai put on a faint smile. I'm gonna think about that. Come to think of it, it is hard not to suspect the involvement of the Sonozaki family in all the incidents. Okay, so that was a joke. Okay. But now she's saying, wait, that might be a thing, right? The involvement of the Sonozaki family in all the incidents said to be Oyashiro-sama's curse. Somebody strives to get rid of the old hag's concerns on the day of the Watanagashi festival. Furthermore, Watanagashi festival is going to be held tomorrow. Will the curse strike again this year? If so, who will be the victim? Now think about it. There were cases of multiple victims in the past. The first and third year, it was just one, but the second year, the victims were a couple. God, I can never remember who they all were. I should make a notepad of all the people. Because wasn't it 2 every year? Is that just later discovered? So it'd be too strange if 2 people fell victim this year. Seems like a good time. It'd be best for Satoko. Oh my god. It'd be best for Satoko and her aunt to be the victims. Oh, you are the scum of the earth. Satoshi-kun will be freed from every source of his worries all at once.
葛西、今年のお社様のたたりの犠牲者は誰かってもう決まってるの？決めるのはばあさん？ならお姉は明日の犠牲者をもう知ってるってことになるな。どうなの葛西？何か聞かされてる？
シオンさん、私はその件については一切聞かされていません。
Oh, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not,
まあそ
honestly.
りゃそうか。葛西ごときの耳に本家の最高機密
I
が
mean,
入
that
るわ
too,
けもない
actually.
か。
そういうことです。少なくとも私の関係する界隈ではそういう話は降りてきていません。ですが、ご存知の通り、本家は裏の世界の方々に通じます。私にはその一部を垣間見ることも叶いません。
Maybe I could try asking Sis about it. But she won't talk. She's strict about keeping promises, unlike me. If the hag told her to keep a secret, she'd take it to her grave.
今年の綿流しでおばとさとこが消えちまえばいいのにな。
Man. Like, the only thing I can think about right now, though, is you're gonna have the comeuppance of you wish for Satoko to get disappeared, and it's Satoshi who
葛
does.
西、私は憂慮したよ。気を利かせてくれると嬉しいんですけど。
What?
シオンさん、ご冗談を。
Are you instructing them of this?
わーってるって。言ってみただけだって。
What? I took a glimpse at Kasai. It didn't look like he was actually going to do something to make my wish come true. Do you see what I mean by privilege? Holy shit. I wasn't able to go to the villages myself, so I definitely wasn't going to the festival. I didn't care about that. Even so, I was interested in who was going to end up as the victim of the curse. I just kept lying on the couch playing hooky. Somebody would fall victim in several hours. I had no clue as to why it had to happen every year, but I was certain that the hag was behind it. All the enemies from the dam conflict had been punished. Only the Hojo couple was left, since most of the other enemies had already gone. The cicadas were crying loudly outside. It made me feel hot. Why was it this hot and humid in June? If Oyashiro-sama was actually punishing people, I'd pray for one thing. I'd pray that the evil aunt would be punished, and I'd offer up Satoko as a sacrifice. Huh. It's hot. When I woke up, Kasai had already gone. Looks like he cleaned up the table and surrounding room. Like, again, privilege? Privilege? You literally have a butler maid. Come on. He put my... Oh, I'm so mad right now. He put my dirty laundry into the hamper in front of the washing machine, too. Being a girl of sensitive age, I didn't want a man to clean my room. Well, I'd rather thank him than badmouth him. I looked at the clock. It was late afternoon. I had to go grocery shopping. There's nothing left in the fridge, and I'd be having just rice for dinner if I didn't go. That moment, the phone rang. Must be Kasa, I thought. I did hope it was him. He could just brought more food, so then I wouldn't have to go shopping. Well, I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all. But it wasn't Kasa on the phone.
おねえ、そこどこ？本家じゃない？
あ、うん。公衆電話からかけてる。
Dude, remember payphones?
だから手短に話すよ。
Shoutouts to the people in the audience who were never born in a world where payphones existed. How's the homework coming, kiddo?
サトシから電話が来たんだよ。
サトシくんが？お姉に？
多分、私にじゃないと思う。シオンにだと思う。サトシは、先日の教室での件を謝りたがってるみたいだった。
Like, for what? Like, for what?
だから、その電話はシオンが受けた方がいいと思って。サトシの電話は、今ちょっと忙しいからすぐかけ直すって言って切ってあるの。だからシオンは、今から私が言う電話番号に電話してあげて。
Oh, and like, there's no caller ID or anything. Like, you wouldn't know that it's coming from a different one, you know?
わかった。
I was stunned for a second, but then recovered and wrote down the number on the back of a magazine.
ありがとう。すぐに電話します。
そうしてあげて。サトシは最近、すごく追い詰められてるの。私の声はもう届かないみたいだけど、シオンの声なら、ひょっとすると届くかもしれないって。
So, like, from the perspective
何の根拠もなく思って
of everyone, Mion just looks extremely bipolar, right? And I mean, like, not just bipolar, but like almost multiple personalities, right? She could have pretended to be me and handled this call, but she passed it over to
あり
me
がとう、ミオン。
じゃあね、シオン。
because this is the last time you're talking to him. Before she hung up, I put the handset down. Then, after a second, I dialed the number in a flash. I heard the dial tone 3 times, 4 times. And there he was.
北条です。
He sounded like an adult. His voice sounded a bit tired too, but it was definitely the voice I loved. That's it. That's interesting. That's past tense. That's past tense. I got scared. I was scared he might become sulky again if I mentioned my name. Couldn't open my mouth for a while.
サトシくんですよね。
さっきはごめん。もう時間は大丈夫なの？
That was the Satoshi-kun I knew. He didn't sound cold like the other day.
うん、全然平気です。
After that, he went silent. I felt the urge to start a conversation. It wasn't fair. He was the one who called in the first place. Then, he finally spoke.
先日はごめん。
I can't believe he's apologizing. This is actually getting me, like, heated.
私こそごめんなさいです。
Do I hate Shion? Like, I'm really trying to find anything for Shion that I can like for her. Again, my only hope is that this leads to character development, which, like, there's a chance she will character develop, and then that leads to the Shion we see in other chapters, which would be good. But there's also the chance that this is how she still is on the inside, you know?
ミオンは謝らなくていいよ。
No, she does. No. She was hitting palm breaker loops on your little sister, who, let I remind you, is deeply abused.
僕がどうかしてた。
Oh God, whoa. No. If this were a face-to-face conversation, he would be stroking my head. No, he wouldn't. Oh my God, you are so selfish. It was sad just talking to him over the phone.
僕は
込んだ奴らを、そいつらは
Okay,
ミオンのとても近くにいるのかもしれないけれど、
he's compartmentalizing them.
でも
Yeah.
決してミオンじゃなかったんだ。だから僕は君にだけは謝ろうと思って。
ううん、気にしないで。私だってサトシ君のことをよく理解しようともせず、
Well,
無神経だった。
at least she said she's selfish finally. We apologized to each other a few
そ
times.
れよりサトシ君、大丈夫？いろいろと大変なのに、サトコの誕生日プレゼントのためにアルバイトまでして、だいぶ追い詰められてるんじゃない？
もうバイトはやめたよ。目標額のお金はなんとか貯められたみたいだからね。
そうなんだ。ならもう体を無理させなくていいんですね。本当によかった。
Satoshi-kun tried to say something, but he dropped it instead.
僕よりサトコの方が辛い。
サトコ、大変なことになっていますね。大丈夫なんですか？
あれが大丈夫なように見えるのかよ。
I feel like that line didn't play correctly. Like, that was the jump scare noise. But it didn't sound like... It wasn't very loud. And it just kind of didn't have any impact. Right? Like, normally that stops the music and stuff, too. I mean, that's probably what it was intended, but I don't know. That didn't hit right with me. He suddenly sounded upset. I'd messed up.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
I was so stupid. I'd ruined this miraculous conversation with him. Satoshi-kun didn't respond to my apology, so I stopped apologizing.
あんなに誰が見てもわかるくらいに傷ついて、みんな見捨てた。
Like, it's important to think about, from his perspective, like, one of her few friends jumped her in class.
サトコ。
見捨てたつもりなんて。
I tried to calm him down. I hated what I just said because of how hollow it sounded. I had no idea what to say next. I felt guilty. Satoshi-kun was desperate to protect Satoko from their evil aunt. But I'd wish that Satoko would die tomorrow because of the curse. I was trampling on his desperate hope.
サトコはもう擦り切れる直前なんだ。だから
He cut himself off in the middle. It went quiet for a moment. He must have been choosing his words carefully. Then he finally spoke. His words sounded hollow.
だからせめて一夜くらい遊ばせてやりたいんだ。
え？遊ばせるって。
ほら、明日は綿流しのお祭りじゃないか。サトコを祭りに連れ出してやってほしいんだ。
それは構わないけど、どうして？
サトコもいろいろと参ってる。
Seen some parallels.
たとえ一夜でもおばさんのいないところで羽を伸ばせたならきっと喜ぶと思うんだ。
Now, is he doing this just to have an alibi to run away?
だからどうして？
どうしてって。
It's not that I didn't understand why he wanted her taken to the festival. What I didn't understand was why he was asking me to do that. Was there any reason he couldn't take her there himself? I had a hunch he might disappear, so I kept asking.
どうしてって何がだい？
And it's because I bet you from his perspective, Mion has been helping him to escape.
どうしてサトシ君が自分で連れて行ってあげないの？
He fell silent. Satoshi-kun isn't good at lying or keeping secrets. It was clear he wanted to hide something.
用事だよ。
Wow, that is not that long of a line.
僕、明日はちょっとバイトの関係で用事
Okay,
があっ
so
て、
it was the second half.
どうしても祭りには行けないんだ。
He was lying. but he was also stubborn. He wouldn't admit it if I accused him.
ねえミオン、明日の夜だけサトコを頼めないかな。
I wouldn't want to look after Satoko, even at Satoshi-kun's request. I'm also glad that he's relying on me.
あれだけの暴言をぶつけて、それを謝るついでにこんなことを頼むなんて、ミオンだけが頼りなんだ。
I didn't know what to say. I did know, though, I wasn't going to turn down his request.
わかった。明日の晩だけだよ。
できたら明日の晩だけじゃなく、これからもずっとがいいな。
何言ってるんですか？そんなの嫌です。明日だけですからね。
He sounded as if he were going to disappear tomorrow. I didn't like the sound of that, so I intentionally sounded sulky. We talked about trivial stuff for just a little while. When the conversation was almost over, Satoshi-kun asked something else.
ねえミオン、こんなことを話すときっと精神的に病んでるって思われるんで、
Oh my god, is it gonna be...
本当は嫌なんだ
Do
け
you
ど。
ever hear footsteps behind you?
どうしたんですか？
ミオンは信じないよね。
何をですか？
Oh.
あ、ほら、お社様のたたり。
サトシ君、何の話ですか？
お社様は確かほら、村を捨てて逃げ出そうとするとたたるでしょ。
That's the rule. Every kid in the village knows that.
どうしたんです？突然。村を捨てて逃げようとでもしてるんですか？
Though I was kidding, I wanted him to deny it.
もうそんな気はないんだ。もう。
Oh. He admitted he had thought of it. I guess Ren had told me that much.
いいじゃないですか。もうそんな気がないのなら。
でもまだ許してもらえないんだ。
Satoshi-kun tried to say something, but he hesitated. He was breathing so heavily. Was he sick?
具合悪いの？
ごめん。そういうわけじゃないんだ。
サトシ君は少し頑張りすぎたからいろいろ疲れてるんです。少し休んだ方がいいです。
He sounded distinctly more sickly from when this conversation had started. He breathed heavily when punctuating his words. Satoshi-kun repeated his question.
ミオン、最初の質問を。ミオンはお社様のたたりって存在すると思うかい？
What did he want me to say? Could I make him feel relieved with my answer? How should I respond? The answer was simple.
たたりなんてあるわけないじゃないですか。
I didn't know what was bothering him, but I wanted to make him feel better by laughing his worries away. But Satoshi-kun instead fell silent. Did my answer make him happy or maybe sad? I couldn't tell. One thing was certain. I didn't make him feel any better.
変なことを聞いてごめん。
ごめん。
Felt like I had let him down, so I apologized in a
た
rush.
たりだろうと、この村の何者かの陰謀だろうと、僕は絶対に消えない。消されない。
I don't know about that, buddy.
消えないよ。
消えないよ、サトコに。あのぬいぐるみを買ってやるまではね。もうすぐお給料がもらえることになってる。
Didn't you say you had the money?
その日までは絶対に消えない。
He chuckled. I knew he was trying to relieve me, but it worked the opposite way. He sounded as though he didn't care what would happen after he bought the teddy bear.
あ、おばさんが帰ってきたから、
うん。
ミオン。
何？
Even though he wanted to hang up the phone because of his aunt coming back, Satoshi-kun took a breath to tell me something important.
サトコのこと頼むからね。
I should have said yes right away. So, like, That, like, in Shion's eyes, that was clearly for, "Oh, for, you know, the festival there tomorrow." But no, that's not. That's absolutely a after I'm gone sort of thing. I should have said yes right away, but I still couldn't forgive Satoko, so I just kept quiet.
変なこと頼んで。じゃあ。
He was obviously disappointed. What had I done? I wanted to apologize. I wished I could, but it was too late. The dial tone left no doubt. Now that was depressing. Yeah, what a final sentence for this freaking chapter. Are you kidding me? Wow. Like, I'm a little impressed. A torn diary. This is someone's desperate plea. Plea ignored, there's the baseball bat. Oh boy. So this looks the same as these two. Okay. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me I was going to be the victim. Okay, well, no, before we do this. I can't, well, no, we'll check it after. They told me I was going to be the victim of the curses here. Okay, no, this is very much clearly, this is Satoshi's diary. So I'm going to disappear soon. There'll be nobody left to take care of Satoko. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me I don't have much time, that I won't stay as myself for much longer. So I had to make the best of the days I had left. What could I leave for Satoko? She wanted that huge teddy bear. She wanted a peaceful life in which nobody would bully her. I whispered to the person at my back, bestow your violent nature and formidable strength upon me. I want your peaceful mind, filled with hatred. Yeah, okay, no, so these ones are clearly his, like, smudged, crumpled, torn, right? Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that these ones are ruined, right? And then hers are normal. Okay. Wow, that was a short one. Poh. Oh, this has been a difficult episode to do. This has been a truly difficult episode. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, like, here's the thing. I know what's gonna happen. Like, this is in the past, but even still, like, I'm terrified of what's coming up. I'm terrified, man. So, on that note, I guess we'll see you guys next time for some more when we move on to chapter 6 there. So, okay. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Yo.